Have you ever felt so nervous in a job interview that you were at a loss for words? This is what I call interview anxiety, and it is by far one of the biggest reasons why people fail their interviews. And today, I'm going to show you how you can avoid interview anxiety so employers see your best side, not your nervous one. But before we get started, some of the tools and tips referenced in this video can be found right here in this guide. And you can grab it for free from jobinterviewtools.com/top10. Now, only a small percentage of the people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind. So let me show you why interviews make you so nervous and what you can actually do about it. You see, your interview anxiety is a result of just two things. One, being unprepared. And two, focusing on yourself instead of the employer. And here's what I mean by that. You see, most job seekers go into a job interview only having done some light preparation. They read over some questions, they think about how they'll answer those when they're presented with them in a job interview. But you see, thinking about how you'll answer questions and actually doing it are two different things. For example, what if an actor, for a play, only practiced his lines in his head? How well do you think you'll be able to deliver them in a live performance? Probably not so good. And the same holds true when you're interviewing for a job. If all you do is practice your answers in your head, you'll be a disaster in the interview. You'll instantly forget what you wanted to say, and then you'll start fumbling, all your words, and then you really get nervous, you lose all confidence, and then your interview goes downhill really fast. Sound familiar? Don't feel bad, it's happened to me too. But you see, the key to preparing your answers for a job interview is to rehearse them out loud while imagining or visualizing yourself being in the interview. And you never want to memorize your answers because memorization is the lowest level of learning, which really means that the content of your answers never gets wired into your cognitive memory, which means that you'll only be able to say your answers one way. And if you get interrupted, off track, with what you're saying, and that will happen in the interview, the only way you'll be able to continue is to start over. And since that's not an option in a job interview, can you imagine actually having to start your answer over? You end up getting really nervous and then you crumble. And, that's where interview anxiety is born. And if you don't fix it, you're going to carry that anxiety over to the next interview, only to repeat your last interview performance. We've all been there, I've been there, and it's the most unpleasant experience. So to really get prepared, what you want to do is rehearse your answers by saying them out loud without reading them from a script, and start saying them different ways. You don't want to keep practicing your answer the same way because that is memorizing. But the key is to rehearse them while imagining yourself in the interview. And to take it one step farther, even record yourself on your phone to hear how you sound while listening to the energy in your voice. And if you don't hear energy in your voice, put some in there so you don't sound monotone. Just doing this one thing alone is going to drastically improve your ability to give strong answers in a job interview so you feel prepared and confident all the way through. Now, I said there were two reasons for interview anxiety. Now, the second one is to focus on the needs of the employer, as if you're there to help them. The key is to focus on what is most important to them by carefully reading the job description and understanding what they're looking for in the position. And then to show them that you understand by vocalizing that in the interview. And when they hear you talking about how you're going to do this job while using the same words they used to write the job description, you're going to build tremendous rapport with them because you've shown them that you understand their needs. And demonstrating that you understand the company's needs and showing them how you can do the job is probably one of the most smartest things you can do in the interview. Now, you don't want to beat them over the head with all of your skills, just the ones that are most important to them. Now, keep this in mind. You see, employers, they are selfish, and the only thing they're concerned with is what you can do for them. They don't want to hear about how this job is going to benefit you, but how you will benefit them. So to stand out in the interview, tell them what your own plans are for the job. Tell them how you're going to do it, and tell them how you're going to overcome any hurdles, and make sure that you know something about the organization you're interviewing with by researching them before your interview. And let them know that you're not afraid of trying new things or wearing many hats. I mean, you can really set yourself apart from your competition when you show them that you know how to get things done without a lot of direction. And let them know that you're a team player, a leader, a teacher, and back it up with real examples from your past. I mean, you may not realize it, but in one way or another, you have been all of these. And then lastly, keep your answers focused and short and on point. And don't feel like you have to talk for 5 minutes to answer each of their questions. I mean, if you do, you're just going to bore them to tears. But to help you get started with practicing your answers, make sure that you head on over to jobinterviewtools.com/top10 and just download this guide for free, because it goes deep into some of the most common interview questions that you're going to get faced with. And when you do all of these things that I've talked about in this video, and you do them well, you're going to instantly catapult yourself to the final round of the interviews. And then it's just a matter of closing the deal. And if you've been hanging around my channel for a while, you're going to have no trouble with that. So that, my friend, is all I have for you today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And if you like this channel, please subscribe. That way you'll get notifications every time I release a new video. Good luck on your interview, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.